how you can stay out of crazy town. See, your human experience is meant to be lived with meaning, purpose, and creativity. You are here to contribute through your essence. We are best friends, moms, entrepreneurs, and above all, find our flow in assisting you to find yours. We come together weekday mornings to bring you ideas to fall deeper in love with your life and the journey that you are on. Take what works and ditch the rest, and always stay set to love. Thank you for being a part of this community. We're all designed to live in flow. So let's go. Good morning, Set to Love community. How's everyone doing today? I am Eva Payne here with my best friend, Shelley Garite. Good morning, Shelley.
Good morning. Good morning. It's early. I woke up so early this morning. I don't know what the deal is.
It's because you're getting older. Don't people wake up earlier when they get older? I'm just giving you a hard time.
Thanks for that. It's so true. I think it is. Either that or you don't sleep as well. So you have like shorter periods of time, whatever.
Do you know, I've been waking up at like between 4 and 5 in the morning, and I just feel like, just get up. Like I am wide awake. And then I think, what am I going to do with myself at 4 in the morning? Maybe I should just get up. There's probably so much productive stuff I could do. Clean, get ready, exercise, prep for the show. I could probably get a whole day's worth of stuff in if I got up at 4.
You let me know how that works.
Okay. It's just an idea.
No, but you know what's so funny is Bob will say, let's say I wake up early like that and I want to get up. He'll say, what are you doing? Get back in bed. Go to sleep. Like he wants me to get my rest.
Julian is the same exact way. It's like I feel bad because I feel like his sleep patterns are right close to mine. So if I sleep through the night, he will sleep through the night. If I wake up at 3 or 4 in the morning and start kind of tossing and turning, he is wide awake. And then sometimes I cannot fall back asleep. So I get on my phone, look stuff up, or I go to find something to put on, at least to listen to try to fall back asleep. Or I just want to get up. And he's always giving me a hard time. Like, what are you doing? Why are you on your phone? Or just close your eyes or get back in bed. I'm thinking, I just need to get up. Like what? I am wasting time. I'm just laying here staring at the wall. Like,
I wonder if that's a female thing.
Man, that's so funny that both our people are the same way with us. Like, just get back in bed. Anyway.
Yep. You know, I'm still thinking about I'm fine. It's just such a subject, Eva, that I think we still need to talk about.
I know. Me too.
Look, I just got to chill even in saying that. But I am fine. And you know what? It's like, who are you trying to convince? You know what I'm saying? And unless you deal with whatever our issues are or whatever, but I am fine is just a big old lie.
Yeah, it's true. It's when you're waking up at 3 in the morning over and over again, but you're fine. No, there's nothing that's on your mind or subconscious or that you need to think about or have a plan for, why do we do that? It's so fascinating to me. I've really been thinking a lot about this, like this idea of going from fine to flow. And I think it's something that you and I would be so, so good at helping people with, because everyone knows that feeling of fine, like, okay, yeah, I'm fine. Or they're just convincing themselves that they are fine. And it's really because I think, or at least one of the reasons is we don't know, we're unwilling to look at what the story really is or what the truth really is. Or we just like being in we just like lying to ourselves because it just seems easier. It's like you're just playing a part and it seems easy.
I'm still not like that though. When I have a disagreement that's not resolved, I mean, I have bad dreams. I mean, it's just terrible. And so it stays on my subconscious. So for me personally, I would rather have, even if it was an argument about something, and let somebody vent and resolve it,
right,
than to leave it sit. But even personally, the fight, the only thing I could, because I'm always working on my weight, the only thing I can say about that too is like I do Weight Watchers. And so for a few 3 weeks, I've just been showing up, and I'm listening in my group, and it's great. But inside, I'm feeling like such a fraud. And yesterday, I just came clean to everybody and just said, you know what? I've been showing up here for 3 weeks, and I haven't done one thing. I am.
Hey, you know what though? Here's the thing, Shelley. I think for you and I, we practice living in flow so much. Like we really want that to be our reality.
Yep.
And for the most part, I think we're pretty good at doing it for ourselves, but that's because we're not okay with being fine. When things start to feel fine, we look at it and you're open and you're honest and you're vulnerable in your groups. Like you don't want to just be showing up and like, I'm fine, everything's fine, while you're silently
That's a perfect
struggling.
example, right?
Perfect example, right? Because you're just showing up to your group saying, I'm fine, I'm fine, I'm fine. But you're not fine because you're not committed to the process
really
of the moment.
Cool though, Eva?
Yeah.
I'm not alone.
Yes.
I'm not alone. When I was vulnerable, I got such a chill. When I was vulnerable, I had my Weight Watchers friends saying, you know what? I'm not doing good either. I've put on 10 pounds. I've done this. And, another person saying, call me if you want support. If you start to just derail, I'm here for you. And then I had my Weight Watchers, I even said to the Weight Watchers person who leads the meetings, I said, I just wish right now I could just cuddle in your chest and cry.
Oh.
I just want somebody to hold me. Now, I'm saying in front of, I don't know how many Weight Watchers. Right. But do you know how much positivity that I was vulnerable and said that I needed that? Because nobody knows if you don't express it. So when you have these hidden things, I'm fine. When you're not fine, you're just kind of going with the motions and you're not happy. And now that even yesterday, I had a great day. I counted my points. I did whatever. I mean, I know this is just an example and it's just weight, but it's still real to me.
It's a great example because it shows it's not easy to be vulnerable. It's not easy to express your feelings, but that is one way that we get out of being fine. Yeah. Is that we're honest about how we feel in a loving way. So when you're in an argument with someone, just saying, oh, it's fine, it'll blow over, it's fine. Like all you're doing is taking that hurt thing and sort of putting it under the bed. So no one can see it. It can just get dusty. And there's only so much that can fit under your bed. So if you're not willing to share.
Yep. And I don't feel like if you don't resolve things, then because a lot of times in an argument, it's a disagreement or a misunderstanding of how somebody else perceived what happened. And sometimes when you shed light on it and say, well, gosh, that's not where I was coming from. That's not what I meant at all. Please don't think that or whatever. You also relieve the other person of going, okay, well, they didn't feel that way then. Oh, I feel better. Other than that, if you just keep it under the bed, then both people feel like, well, that was cruddy.
And you can forget about the thing is you can forget about the one thing or the two things, but it's like after 10 or 20, that's why relationships fall apart is because people are not willing to express how they feel along the way. They just are willing to say, I'm fine. It's fine. We're going to be fine. Everything's fine. And instead of really looking at it.
I have another example though, that's been bothering me. I have a friend that keeps getting plastic surgery. And this person is beautiful. I mean, model beautiful. I'm not lying. Just gorgeous. And she keeps trying to just get better and better. So, she had like liposuction and different things done. And now this week I found out that she's going to have her eyes done. Like she thinks there's too much, it's just not perfect. And my point is, it's not my place to tell her not to do it or whatever, other than just tell her she's beautiful. But what I'm thinking too is this is another thing that somebody does, I'm fine. When is fine enough? If you keep tuck and pull and change when you really are fine. How do you help someone? This is my question to you. How would I help someone like that doesn't even realize you're fixing things that aren't broke?
I mean, for me, and I'm not a therapist or, whatever, but this is just my own intuition. I think that person doesn't, that person finds her value in her appearance. She doesn't I don't know her, but do you think that she has other aspects of her life that she feels really proud of, that she feels
Well,
really
I think
good
she
about?
should have I mean, I guess that's not a very nice thing to say should, but I don't mean that in a negative way.
Mhm.
I mean, she's a mom. She has her own home. She has her own business. I mean,
Is she
to me,
single?
you would think she should have confidence.
Was she married?
Not married.
Okay.
Uh, but like and she can be really sweet, but I also feel like some of that, once you get in that, then you start to get very self-centered and you lose perspective of what's really important.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And so then when you find, when I think of this saying, yes, but I'm fine,
Mm-hmm.
that's not fine. And it's not so much that if she wants to change her body and do all of those things, but what's happening is she's just going to find herself fine just by herself. For what? For what somebody thinks of her?
Well, you know what's even scarier, Shelley, is it's not like right now, whatever. She's doing these things. She's capable. She's able. Financially, she can do it. It doesn't take away from anything else in her life. Okay, great. But if all of her self-worth and value is on her appearance, you and I both know that's never going to last. And so you're always chasing that as the most.
Well, that's why it's another surgery, right? That's why it's
right. And I mean, it's just going to end up like,
she is fine. Maybe she is fine because I haven't discussed it with her because I don't want to cause a problem or, get my nose in it. But I have to say, when I think of it, it does make me a little bit sad because she's so beautiful. And, if I could sign myself up, I could give you 5 surgeries that I'd like to go get done.
right.
But I don't know that it will still
I think
change.
the deeper question for this person would be, because we're making the assumptions, right? Like, we don't know. We're making the assumptions. Okay, if you've had 5 surgeries this year, maybe you're not okay, or you've done a little bit more than maybe what normal would be considered. But my question would just be really to sit down with that person and say, like, but how are you? Like, really, how are you? And what are things that are working really well in your life? And what are things that you're super proud of and you're like really excited to wake up for? And hopefully there are things not like, oh, I'm going to be getting my eyes done in 2 weeks. Hopefully there's some deeper meaning and connection, because if that's where all the value is, then yeah, you're going to just keep saying, I'm fine, because there's not enough surgery. There's not enough that you can do for yourself that's ever going to make you feel better than fine, if that is where your focus is. So I would say there's probably a deeper level of something that would be really great to work with someone like that and pull those things out and help her put her focus. Like, now that you look great, let's put pause on that and let's focus on finding value and building up something else in your life that you can be really excited about. That would be what I would look for
that
someone.
Will be lifelong lasting.
Yes. It doesn't
Right?
matter if you're 80 and 90, you could do it. You could be a part of this thing. You can, and are you contributing? Is it really self-serving, or is it something that you're contributing? So I'd want to know, like, well, what's that person doing to like give back? Using the things that they're really good at, because that's another way to not be just fine, is to have really great purpose and meaning in life, to be doing something that you feel really connected to and really excited about waking up to. That makes life exciting.
Well, and I keep going back to, I texted my Weight Watchers leader, and she texted me back this morning. And one of the things is, she's like, stop hating on yourself. Just love yourself and accept yourself where you are and keep going. You know what I mean? Like, and realize you can't do, her advice was, you can't do this alone. This is something that when you stick with something, we need each other. And one of the reasons I bring this up is because I don't want to be a fraud. You know what I mean? I really just want people to know that, but at least the things I'm struggling with, I keep at it.
Yes.
I want to keep learning, keep growing. And, that 20 pounds that keeps coming back and going back on, I'm glad it's not 100. And you know what? And I still do.
It makes your life exciting, Shelley. It gives you something to like battle against,
Exactly. And I have my health. I'm really strong. And so that's what I'm saying. I try to say, look for the good in everything and be grateful for my body. And,
and that's what's so beautiful. That's beautiful advice. You don't have to do it alone. So whether it's for your friend who's out there, just surgery after surgery, whether it's you with your weight or anyone else, you don't have to do it alone. And that's why Shelley and I do this show, weekday mornings, is because we want to offer just a little nugget of advice or some thought that maybe you could implement into your life. And so your life can be better than fine. And if you're out there and you're feeling like my life is just fine, but I'm fine, I want to know, write it up and email us and tell us how your life is just fine. And let's see, give us the challenge. Shelley and I are great at coming up with ideas, and it'll be up to you to implement them. But if your life is just fine, send us an email and tell us how it's just fine, and let us make a show about it. We'll use your name. We'll make up an anonymous name or something. But I think that would be a fun challenge for us to take on, because I think it's something we could really help people, because we understand that flow concept so much. And we also know what feeling fine is. And we know that how to get there, how to move. And it's such subtle things, but it makes such a difference.
People give us a chance, Eva, to help them, because we have so much love and good advice to help people. And you know what? If you're not going to reach out to us, I just encourage you to have that flow in your life. You need to reach out to someone you trust. I don't know why they wouldn't trust us, but either way, get, vulnerable, and don't be just fine. Be fantastic.
Yes.
That's what I want for people. Feel fantastic about your life and have flow. So
I love it.
What a great day, sister.
I love you. So and if you want to tell us how your life is just fine, you can email us at set2lovepodcast@gmail.com. We're here weekday mornings at 8:30 a.m. And honest to goodness, we really want to help people out there. So if you're watching this right now and you answer the question, if I were to say, hi, how are you? And you say, I'm fine. I say, how's your life? Fine. Tell us what is fine about it, and we will take you to the next level.
And you'll help others. Because
for example, right? Could help someone else. So, all right, that's it. Love you.
Love you.
See you tomorrow.
Hit the bell.